Warning. Ninja X may trigger extremist groups such as the angry white KKK leftist social justice incels who have small dick energy. Viewer discretion is advised.
This video is brought to you by SchoolTrashers.com, educating people with the truth by trashing indoctrination and extremist views since 2005.
Welcome to the Ninja X Show. Today's topic is Resident Evil 4 Remake Woke. This is my reaction to HDawgGaming's video. So apparently, a woke male feminazi has decided to defend the changes made in the Resident Evil 4 Remake. Changes that are not present in the original Resident Evil 4. Now, just to be clear, I have never been a fan of RE4 because it is not a true Resident Evil game. To me, the classics will always be better than the sequels. However, I do love the remakes of RE1, 2, and 3. Obviously, we'll never see a remake of Resident Evil Code Veronica because it would upset the woke cult. This is due to the fact that one of the characters in RE Code Veronica happens to be a cross-dresser with a personality disorder that causes him to talk to himself while pretending to be his sister, which would not fly in 2023 due to how easily triggered the woke cult are. The woke cult already hates Resident Evil Code Veronica. Let's not forget that Steve tried to kiss Claire Redfield without her consent since she was sleeping. With that said, I'm actually going to be defending the original RE4. I don't like that game personally. It ruined the whole Resident Evil franchise and it seems so out of place. But I'd rather play the original RE4 than the remake. So anyways, let's begin.
All of those funny dialogue options between these two characters that really showed them bonding and, being playful with each other are going to be removed because she doesn't have a skirt.
It's weird for anybody to want to look up a video game character's skirt.
We're 13 seconds into this Soy Boys video, and I can already tell that he's virtue signaling. He also finds it weird for anyone to want to look up a video game character's skirt. This dude is either a closet homosexual or he's a pedophile. I don't say this as an insult, but you're either gay for not being attracted to a grown woman wearing a skirt, or you're a pedophile who isn't attracted to grown women. It does not matter if that woman is a video game character or not. If you're straight, you're going to be attracted to grown women. So you're either lying to yourself or you're a closet homosexual or a closet pedophile. And seeing as though you're woke, it would not surprise me if you're attracted to men or children.
What up, YouTube? HDawg here, going to be talking about something that I kind of found interesting, and it is that apparently folks are out here saying that Resident Evil 4 Remake has gone woke. And if y'all know me, I really despise anybody from the anti-woke crowd trying to call anything and everything woke.
This dude is woke. He admits to hating the anti-woke crowd. So it's obvious from here on out that he's going to lie his ass off in defense of a woke game, making shitty dumb excuses to defend the remake of RE4. It surprises me that he has a southern redneck accent. I thought the woke crowd were supposed to be the opposite of a redneck with a southern accent because they often accuse rednecks of being racist bigots. But the left often projects, and so him having a southern redneck accent and being a white boy, it would not surprise me one bit that he is the actual racist. The woke mind virus is a racist mind, after all.
Be talking about a video that Vara Dark did, as well as post a screenshot and kind of give y'all an idea of what type of batshit insane mindset some of these clowns have. What you're seeing on the screen right now is a screenshot from a Steam review, or one of the Steam reviews, and this just is a screaming insanity to me, where it says no Ashley saying "ugh, you pervert," no Ashley saying "hey, what are you looking at?" No animation of Ashley covering her skirt when you try to look up it and see her panties. No being able to freely stare at Ashley's panties from the bottom of a high enough ladder. No getting an accidental Ashley upskirt dialogue when performing a suplex on an enemy. No quick half a second slip of Ashley's panties during the cutscene where she and Leon leap through the church window to escape from the crossbow illuminados. No easy distance panty shot of Ashley when she's cowering in fear in the presence of enemies, allowing for a clean angle of her white panties. No aiming a knife or grenade towards the sky in a certain areas to lower the camera at a low angle to catch a glimpse of Ashley's panties. No quick glimpse of Ashley's panties during the cutscene when she is pushed by the island Ganado when she's in captivity on the island. No shot of Ashley's panties as she crawls underneath the table during the section in the castle where she is playable.
He struggles to read just like he struggles to make a good, compelling argument. He had to grasp at straws from one post in a Steam thread, which would not surprise me if he wrote that himself to make a case, since the left tends to false flag, like the Bernie Sanders supporter who waved a Nazi flag at a Trump rally, or the masked Antifa members waving Nazi symbols outside a Turning Point USA event.
Congresswoman, people have been instructed to stay home to keep them safe. What goes through your mind when you see these images?
What happened yesterday was inexcusable. People did not have masks. They did not have gloves. They did not distance themselves. They had Confederate flags, swastikas.
Oh my God! What is this? Oh, sorry. Now that is mean. Take a picture of this.
Already did.
Where's the guy? Give me that sign again. The president is... I love it. Victims speak down. They know I'm right, that's why they can't talk. They know I'm right. Good research.
After Trump gets done meeting with Putin, does he spit or does he swallow?
Well, answer it.
It's actually a trick question. He does whatever Putin tells him to.
I love you. God bless you. That's all right. This is America. Get the freedom to think. Well, why do you get so angry when somebody thinks different than you? I don't get it.
They're plants. Yeah, 100%. And you're hiding. That's all you. You're not fooling anybody. You're not fooling anybody. I'm the one who's fighting against you with my face wide open.
George Soros told me to come here.
If you're so proud, take your mask off. Stop hiding. Take it off. Come on. Nobody gives a show us who you really are. Nobody gives a
You're so scared of me to pull out that chicken.
You're a coward. You're a coward. Take your mask off. Take your mask off. Let's go. Hey, what we're doing? What we're done? Show your out.
I just need to know, why are some people so obsessed with certain things like that in a video game character? See, this is why gamers have a bad rep for being weirdos. People like that.
Obsession? Weirdos? Bad rep? That's rich coming from a woke cuck who hates the anti-woke community. I can pull up a picture of Antifa members with mugshots, and guess what? They all look like weirdos on meth. They have a bad rep. You woke cucks are obsessed with canceling things you do not like, such as Uncle Ben's rice, Aunt Jemima, and any other minority icon that's featured in food brands or as mascots in major sports teams. You woke cultists are the true racists.
I love Resident Evil, but the Resident Evil 4 remake has had me very worried because we've heard they're changing bits and pieces of content, hoping no one would notice, and now we know they've changed basically everything about Ashley's character because they felt she deserved more agency and realism. They have now admitted they changed her mechanics, but also her iconic outfit. This is a remake. You should be trying to, keep as much of the original content as possible, and that is not really what they are doing here.
It's a skirt, Vara Dark. It's a skirt. Who is really going to be paying attention to skirt details in a remake?
But that's not what she mentions, you dimwit. They change more than just the skirt, but you tend to want to make the argument about the skirt because you don't have a good argument. See, I already know how the woke mind works. You're too weak to fight against any valid points being made.
Hate the realism excuse. I am playing a video game about zombies. Okay, I'm saving the president's daughter. I don't care about realism. But that is always their excuse, and it also has to do with her outfit change as well, because they basically say that her skirt is unrealistic.
I don't know where Vara Dark gets that from, but let's continue.
Wow, he really is too dumb to make a solid argument. Oh, please. You don't know where she gets that from? Really? Or maybe you're just too lazy to string up a few syllables to argue your point against her argument. So you pretend to not know what she is talking about, even though she made herself quite clear in what she is saying. You're just plain dumb at this point.
Ashley will now be more serious and believable and will interact with him in a way that exudes more humanity than the game-like manner of the original. This sounds so annoying already. It sounds like they strong-womaned her. They made her independent. She doesn't only need help from Leon. She doesn't just sit back and wait for him to do the job. She's right there with him. She's more serious and believable now. I used to actually really like her character, and I have a feeling all of these changes are going to add up. And we also know that they have done the same thing to her that they did to Jill in the Resident Evil 3 remake, because they have now removed her iconic skirt.
It's not that deep for you to be sitting there trying to say that, oh, they're trying to make Ash into this strong, independent woman. I don't need a man. Do you enjoy video games? And about the skirt, I'm here to tell you most gamers don't give a fuck.
He makes a very lousy and incoherent babble that I could not quite make out. He really does talk and sound like a dumb redneck. The words that I did catch was him falsely accusing her of not liking video games, which is a flat out lie, because if she did not like video games, she would not be claiming about how woke the remake is and how much she loves the original. Obviously, she's played the original. She made a very valid point, and she's expressing exactly how she feels about these changes. Yet, you want to falsely accuse her of not liking video games? Get the fuck out of here with that nonsense, you dumb son of a cuck. As for whether or not most gamers give a fuck or not, you can't possibly know that, because you do not represent most gamers, you dumb cuck.
that Capcom has shared a large gameplay portion for the remake, giving us a look at some new scenes and content, and the gameplay was done to showcase what players can expect the game to play like, but some fans have noticed one other change when it comes to the characters. Most notable is that Ashley, whom we already knew to have changed her outfit from the brief appearances we've had of her, is no longer rocking her iconic skirt in the original. It should be mentioned that these are skirts, not shorts. Promotional materials show her appearing to wear a skirt when seeing it from the front. In the original game, players could attempt to look up her skirt during certain sequences, and this would lead to a humorous reaction from her as she attempted to cover herself. So that is also a major change, because they did the same thing to Jill, where they added, shorts under her skirt. And yes, they do in real life sell skirts with shorts underneath, but most women don't wear them and they're not popular at all. If this was like a new trend that was really big, I'd understand it, but it's not. And it wasn't in the original game either. And now all of those funny dialogue options between these two characters that really showed them bonding and, being playful with each other are going to be removed because she doesn't have a skirt to look up anymore. I am so disappointed with all of these changes. And yes, I am still fairly excited for this remake because I love Resident Evil. It's one of my favorite franchises of all time. But hearing about this really makes me question why we even are getting this.
Why would anybody be wanting to look up her skirt? That's kind of weird if you ask me. It's a video game. Looking up Ashley's skirt is not how Leon and Ashley bonded. They bonded throughout the story. And last I checked, looking up Ashley's skirt was not part of the main plot for Resident Evil 4.
Here we go again. Oh wow. You find it weird that anyone would want to look up her skirt as if you would not do it yourself? Oh wait, I forgot. You're either gay or a pedophile. So while I know it's not the main point of the game, I still question your sexuality.
Ultimately, yes, it's about money. They want to make more money, and they know that people love Resident Evil 4. But I just have a feeling that this is going to face a lot of scrutiny because Resident Evil 4 is so beloved. And when you're making changes to a game like this, people are going to call you out on it. The article also points out the VR version of the game was censored, and I did talk about that. Basically, they removed a lot of offensive content for modern audiences. You couldn't look up her skirt anymore. A lot of the flirtatious dialogue lines were removed from the title. And yeah, they just unfortunately have been butchering every new version of Resident Evil 4.
For somebody to sit there and say, oh, Resident Evil 4 is woke because you can't look up Ashley's skirt no more. I'm just saying, it's weird for anybody to want to look up a video game character's skirt. See, this is another reason why some people don't take gamers seriously, is because of weirdos like that. And I pray for the love of God, people stop calling anything and everything woke. Like, just stop with it. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Till next time, it's been HDawg here, and I'm out.
You're calling her a weirdo? Dude, you're the one sitting in a small bedroom with nothing in it. Most likely indicating that you don't have money or a girlfriend for that matter. Thus, you're probably living off your parents because your woke ass is broke. While she, on the other hand, is hot as fuck and she most likely has a boyfriend. You made no valid arguments. You failed to address her valid reasons for not liking the RE4 remake and her reasons why she claims the RE4 remake is woke. You clearly aren't intelligent, because if you were, you would not be coming off as some dumb woke redneck incel. So now this brings me to today's social justice incel of the week. And guess what? It's HDawg Gaming. Hence why I'm not even bothering to add the social justice incel of the week intro with his picture at the end. We've already seen his ugly, lonely face throughout this video. That's all I have to say. Don't forget to share this video. Tune in next time for more truth, logic, and common sense.